As many South Africans know, living in this country can be both good and bad. But as a tourist, one day you might decide to take the family on a road trip to see the beautiful sceneries South Africa has to offer. However, just as you come close to your destination, you get stopped by armed men who hold your family up at gunpoint, and at this moment, anything can happen. This is the reality of many South Africans who are just trying to run everyday errands. An article published by Business Tech titled "All of South Africa is a hijacking hotspot" summarizes how alert you have to be when moving on the roads. South Africa is just that country. Whether you are traveling in Constantia in Cape Town, Umhlanga in Durban, or Sandton in Joburg, it does not reduce your risk of being a target. In fact, these areas are sometimes targeted more because of the amount of money circulating within these areas. However, these hijackings are more planned, and criminals run a higher risk of being caught, so you are generally more safe. It's areas that have little activity happening, especially at night with low-lit roads, that you have to be more careful of, even more so if there are informal settlements around, as these criminals are more likely to take the risk of being caught. But that's when we are talking about moving on the road, which is only when 30% of hijackings take place. The rest of the 70% of hijackings take place at people's homes. This tactic is known as the follow home plot. The hijackers will watch you from a public space, follow you home from a distance, and then strike just as the gate is about to open. This is the most common tactic, as the hijackers can operate in a more secluded area and stand a better chance of escaping quickly. Similarly, they can watch you at your home from a distance and strike just as you are about to leave. So what can you do if you find yourself in this situation? If you are convinced that someone is following you and you feel in danger, then your best option would be to drive to the closest police station or public area that's busy. If you are not sure but don't want to take any chances, then just circle the block a few times and see if the car follows. Another option would be to phone someone to come stand outside and be ready to take action should something happen. This can mean getting ready to phone the police or standing with your dog. Often these hijackers are looking for a quick fix, so if they see that they might encounter some trouble, then often they will think twice about hijacking. Unfortunately, people are so unaware of their surroundings and are easily distracted that these hijackers can do their job with ease. To avoid being hijacked when you are leaving home, make sure you are aware of any cars or people close by and ensure the gate is closed properly before you drive off. The second most commonplace hijackings take place is at robots. There are two tactics that criminals use here. The first is the Good Samaritan tactic, where they lure you in by pretending something is wrong with your car and telling you to jump off and check. The best thing you can do in this situation is listen to what they are saying is wrong, and then drive to the closest garage or public space to double-check the problem, but try to avoid jumping off at all costs. The second is known as the multiple perpetrators method, where one distracts you while another attacks. In this situation, your best move is to try to be aware of your surroundings at all times and to not focus too much on that one person. Keep some space around your vehicle so you can maneuver if you get attacked. In South Africa, it is not uncommon for hijackers to pose as police officers and get drivers to pull over. They often wear fake uniforms and park and demand that you step out of the vehicle for no reason. In this case, you should ask for their badge and double-check that it is not a fake if they provide you with one.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Good. Driving license?
Can I see your badge, please?
Why?
You're not wearing your badge. It's part of your uniform. So I don't know if you're an official or not.
So what are you trying to say?
You're not in your full uniform, so I don't need to show you anything.
So do you know the full uniform of us?
Yes.
So name one.
Name one what?
Name full.
Well, I know you have to have your badge with your name on.
Probably the most violent tactic that hijackers use is known as forced off-the-road strategy, where they use their vehicle to force you off the road. You don't have many options at this point, but to try to avoid them and escape or come to a stop safely and let them take the vehicle. If you find yourself in the worst-case scenario where you fall victim to hijacking, try to remain calm and avoid being aggressive. Follow the hijacker's instructions and keep the safety of yourself and loved ones in mind at all times to avoid any unnecessary behavior. Avoid eye contact, but try to remember what the hijacker looked like and phone the police as soon as possible. As we know, it is best to avoid the situation rather than getting yourself out of the situation. Here are some tips you can use to keep safe. Always keep your doors locked and windows up, especially at robots. Be aware of your surroundings. Avoid going on your phone. Install multiple tracking devices in the car. Remember to always be vigilant when driving on freeways at night, especially in quieter areas, as hijackers can throw stones at the cars passing by or place spikes and glass on the road, forcing drivers to stop and pull over. Park in well-lit, busy areas, and be extra cautious if you drive any of these vehicles: Toyota Fortuner, Toyota Hilux, Toyota Corolla Cross, Volkswagen Polo, Nissan NP200, Ford Ranger. If you find yourself in a situation where you don't know what to do, call these numbers: SAPS, South African Police Services, call 1111, or contact your nearest police station. Some private health insurance providers also have medical emergency numbers. Netcare's is 0829111, while ER24 is available at 084124. You can call 112 from any mobile phone in South Africa. An operator will connect you to your network provider's emergency call center. The operator then puts you through the relevant emergency service. South Africa is a beautiful place. Unfortunately, it's filled with crime. This must not stop us from enjoying its beauty, but we must remember the dangers it holds at all times. Stay safe out there.